The Harmonized Sales Tax (HST) is a combined sales tax implemented in certain provinces in Canada. It was introduced to streamline the taxation system by merging the Federal Goods and Services Tax (GST) with the provincial sales tax. The HST is currently applicable in 5 provinces: Ontario, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland and Labrador. These provinces have chosen to harmonize their provincial sales tax with the federal GST to create a single tax known as the HST. This allows for a more simplified and efficient tax system within these provinces. The HST rate varies among the harmonized provinces. Ontario, New Brunswick, and Newfoundland and Labrador have a combined HST rate of 13%. While Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island have a combined rate of 15%. The HST rate represents the total combined rate of the federal GST and the provincial sales tax. Under the HST system, businesses in these provinces are required to register for and collect the HST on taxable supplies made within their province. They can also claim input tax credits to recover the HST paid on their business inputs and expenses, similar to businesses registered for the GST. For consumers, the HST is applied to most goods and services sold within the harmonized provinces. It is important to note that certain items, such as basic groceries and prescription drugs, may be exempt or zero rated under the HST, ensuring that essential goods remain affordable for consumers. The administration and enforcement of the HST are managed by the Canada Revenue Agency, CRA, the same agency responsible for the GST. The CRA provides guidelines and support to businesses and individuals to ensure compliance with HST regulations. It's worth mentioning that other provinces in Canada have chosen to maintain their separate provincial sales tax rather than harmonizing with the federal GST. These provinces, such as British Columbia, Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Quebec, have their own sales tax systems, which differ from the HST system used in the harmonized provinces. The implementation of the harmonized sales tax was aimed at simplifying the tax system, reducing administrative burdens for businesses, and creating consistency in the application of sales taxes across the harmonized provinces. While the HST has faced some controversy and public debate, it continues to play a vital role in the tax structure of these provinces and contributes to government revenue generation. 1. Input tax credits (ITCs). Similar to the Goods and Services Tax (GST), businesses registered for the HST can claim input tax credits to recover the HST paid on their business purchases and expenses. This helps to ensure that businesses are not taxed on the inputs they use to produce goods or provide services, reducing their overall tax burden. 2. Transition to HST. Each province that adopted the HST went through a transition period when implementing the combined tax. During this transition period, there may have been adjustments to certain tax rates, exemptions, or rules to align with the harmonized system. Eventually, the HST became the sole sales tax applicable in these provinces. 3. Pricing and consumer impact. The implementation of the HST can impact consumer pricing. While some argue that harmonization can lead to cost savings for businesses, which could be passed on to consumers, others believe that it might result in increased prices. The impact on consumers can vary depending on the types of goods and services they consume and the overall economic factors. 4. Different treatment of goods and services. Under the HST system, different rates of taxation may apply to various goods and services based on specific provincial rules. For example, certain items such as children's clothing, books, or medical devices may be subject to different tax rates or exemptions. It's important for businesses and consumers to understand the specific rules applicable in their province. 5. Government revenue and economic impact. The implementation of the HST in the harmonized provinces aims to generate additional revenue for the provincial governments. This revenue can be used to finance public services, infrastructure projects, and other government initiatives. The economic impact of the HST can vary, and studies have been conducted to assess the effects on business investment, consumer behavior, and overall economic growth. 6. Provincial control. While the HST combines the federal GST with the provincial sales tax, it is important to note that the harmonized system is still under the jurisdiction and control of the respective provincial governments. Each province has the authority to make adjustments to the HST rates, exemptions, and rules within their jurisdiction. 7. Public perception and controversy. The introduction of the HST in some provinces was met with mixed reactions from businesses and consumers. Some argued that it increased the tax burden on individuals and small businesses, while proponents highlighted the benefits of administrative simplification and improved competitiveness. Public opinion and political considerations led to debates, adjustments, and even referendums on the topic of harmonization in some provinces. Input tax credits (ITCs) for large businesses. While businesses of all sizes can claim input tax credits (ITCs) for the HST they pay on their business expenses, large businesses may face restrictions on their ITCs. In the harmonized provinces, large businesses may need to repay a portion of their ITCs if their annual taxable supplies exceed a certain threshold. This mechanism is designed to prevent large businesses from receiving a full refund of HST on expenses that relate to non-taxable supplies. Transitional rules and rebates. When the harmonized sales tax was introduced in the harmonized provinces, transitional rules were put in place to mitigate the impact on certain items. For example, some provinces implemented temporary rebates or reduced tax rates for specific goods and services during the transition period. These measures aim to minimize price shocks and ease the transition for businesses and consumers. Impact on business cash flows. The implementation of the HST can have significant impacts on business cash flows. Businesses that were previously exempt from provincial sales taxes may face increased costs due to the higher HST rate in the harmonized provinces. However, the ability to claim input tax credits helps offset some of these costs by reducing the net tax liability. Businesses need to manage their cash flows effectively by considering the timing of inflows and outflows related to the HST. Compliance and audits. Businesses in the harmonized provinces must ensure compliance with the HST regulations by accurately calculating, collecting, and remitting the appropriate amount of HST. The Canada Revenue Agency (CRA) has the authority to audit businesses to ensure compliance and detect any potential non-compliance. It's crucial for businesses to maintain proper records and have systems in place to accurately track and report their HST obligations. Public services and infrastructure. The revenue generated from the HST in the harmonized provinces contributes to funding public services, including healthcare, education, transportation, and infrastructure development. The government allocates the revenue collected from the HST to various programs and projects aimed at benefiting the citizens of these provinces. Communication and public education. The implementation of the HST required effective communication and public education campaigns to inform businesses and consumers about the changes, exemptions, and the potential impact on prices. The government and tax authorities made efforts to provide resources, guidelines, and information sessions to help businesses understand their responsibilities under the HST system. Comparisons to non-harmonized provinces. Provinces that have not adopted the HST have separate provincial sales tax systems. This means that businesses operating in these non-harmonized provinces need to manage two separate tax systems, the federal GST and the provincial sales tax. This can create complexity and administrative burdens, as different tax rules and rates apply to transactions within these provinces. The harmonized sales tax in the harmonized provinces has brought both benefits and challenges for businesses and consumers. The impact of the HST continues to be evaluated, and adjustments may be made over time to address concerns and ensure that the tax system remains fair and efficient. Airzol is a leading provider of comprehensive tax solutions. With our team of experienced professionals and cutting-edge technology, we offer efficient and accurate tax services to individuals and businesses alike. From tax planning and preparation to IRS issue resolution, we handle all aspects of taxes with precision and expertise. Our commitment to delivering personalized solutions tailored to each client's unique needs sets us apart. Contact us today at +1 647 232 7909 and discover how Airzol can streamline your tax process and help you achieve your financial goals.